Sanjay Parker, and we are here live from WINT Radio, and we're going to talk today about CES, Consumer Expo Show. All the cool, greatest technology for you, the consumer, coming out, affecting your home, business, and your personal life. Got some cool stuff out there. Pretty crazy stuff happening these days.
Hey guys, welcome to Tech Talk 2020. Mike Carswell here with my wonderful host, Sanjay Parker. We want to talk to you about things that will help us all get smarter together here on Tech Talk 2020. You can listen to us on WINT Radio, 1330 AM. Welcome, 101.5 FM, WINTradio.com. And also, you can pick us up on Facebook and on Twitter, Tech Talk 2020. Just do a search. It should come up, and we'd love to talk with you and love to hear about what's going on in your mind. So you threw some acronyms at me there, man. You said CES. All I know is that it was in VEGAS. So tell me a little bit more
that's
about
pretty good.
CES.
So the Consumer Expo Show is the premier show in the U.S. every year for technology companies, basically, to come out and show it's kind of like the old World's Fair, right? But you got stuff that's future state, but also delivering now. Every large company is trying to make an announcement. We also see trends that are happening, in terms of the market shift. For example, robotics and artificial intelligence. Those kind of features are coming out in products at CES. Nintendo, anybody who's dealing with consumer products that you might have, at Walmart or at an electronics store that you'd buy is going to be showcased there at some point.
I know that the World's Fair used to be a great place for just amazing things over the years have come up. I mean, I think 1907, the hot dog came up in the World's Fair, and all kinds of crazy stuff.
The hot dog was invented in 1907.
Something,
or is that how many hot dogs you ate last year?
Wow, how many did I eat last year? I
had like
I gotta tell
20.
you, I haven't had I need a hot dog. I haven't had a good hot dog in a while.
Is there a good hot dog place in Lake County? Any good hot dog places in Lake County? Give us a call. We'll plug you for sure.
I don't know. Hot dogs are good. I just haven't had a hot dog in a long time. So anyway, so this show, I'm sure they serve good Vegas hot dogs at the CES show. So you wouldn't like me. You obviously you did or did not have a chance to head out there.
I did not, but
Okay.
You know what? It'd be great to broadcast live from there next year. I think we should do it.
Let's do it.
I think we should do it.
Write it down.
That is the forefront. I mean, I'm looking at people who are tweeting about it, who are broadcasting from CES, and I'll have to say I'm not an envious person, but I had a little bit of pang of I want to join them at that point. Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
We'll have to make a note of that. I think if you buy your tickets early, you should be good.
Like now?
I've been to Vegas, man. It's something else. It's something else. A lot of glitter.
Yeah, hell yeah, for sure. So some of the things that
Yes.
people are seeing there that are notable is there's a company called NVIDIA, and amazing company. They started off doing graphics cards, right? So you would get your computer, it would have an Intel motherboard, it would have Microsoft software, it would have RAM from Corsair or Kingston, and everybody had their component niche. And so these video cards, as gaming became more prevalent, they started becoming more powerful and more powerful and more powerful. And the interesting thing about those video cards was, as opposed to a processor, like an Intel Pentium or an i5 or i7, the video cards didn't have to adhere to old operating system instruction set adherence. So what that meant is that they can innovate their product at a much faster pace than a motherboard or a chip manufacturer or processor manufacturer, because they don't have to worry about the underlying OS. There's something called a hardware abstraction layer.
This guy.
Right?
Go on.
So anyway,
yes.
So let me dial it back down.
Come back, dial it down.
So what happens is that the video cards by NVIDIA and AMD, let's say, or who are making some of these great video cards, NVIDIA in particular, they were able to innovate at orders of magnitude faster than the chip manufacturers that made the processors. So today what's happened is the most powerful chip or processor on your computer that you buy is not your central processing unit, not your CPU.
Okay.
It's your actual video card.
And
so now what NVIDIA has done is says, we've got all this compute power, and computers, desktop computers, are just we're sitting around waiting all the time. We can do all the 3D games at 60 frames per second, and nothing can stop us, and they keep writing faster video games, more realistic. We can do VR with these NVIDIA cards. These
virtual reality.
Yeah, GT 970s and whatever it is. And then what happens is what do they do with it? So they said, well, we think the future is around artificial intelligence and autonomous driving. And so NVIDIA released, a box called, it's a version of the NVIDIA Drive platform. It's literally like the size of smaller than a shoebox, perhaps. And they're already working with companies like Audi, like Bosch, like Tesla, to put those into these vehicles. Their goal is to bring that technology down to not just the high-end vehicles today, right? The high-end vehicles that are $70,000 and up. They're looking to bring that technology into entry-level vehicles.
So in my car,
safety.
Having all this power, what's it going to do for me in my car? It's going to make me a better driver? Is it going to keep me safer?
Yeah, absolutely. If you look at the evolution of the automobile, and I've talked to designers on this, everything that's cool and innovative was traditionally introduced as a safety feature, right? So ABS, right? All-wheel drive, lane detection systems when you weave out of a lane.
All the innovations aren't so cool, though. I'll never forget this. I was thinking of this recently, just a couple days ago.
Seat-based ashtray? No, I'm kidding.
No, do you remember the automatic seat belts? When you'd sit in the car, the seatbelt would automatically buckle you in.
Yep.
Like you're some mental patient.
I had that in my 91 Thunderbird. I loved it.
Oh, did you really? Where you were a standalone on that one, pal. I'm sure there was plenty of people couldn't stand it. As soon as you sit in the car, it would kind of strap you in the seatbelt would.
Safety first, Mike.
If I had too much to eat that day, that wouldn't work too well.
Ooh, yeah.
I wouldn't like that. Coming across, get off my belly.
Right. So anyway, NVIDIA is saying we got all this compute power. We're much faster than humans. We can process thousands of inputs per second versus a human maybe processing 7 or 8. And so we're able to bring safer driving. Kind of the tone with these companies. It's interesting because they're not saying they're not saying autonomous driving as much anymore.
Okay.
They're saying in the time that humans are still driving, meaning that they're pretty positive it's going to go away because of that safety, because of the ability to save lives. And in fact, the productivity increase is the thing that's going to kill it for everybody, because now they don't have to focus on driving. They have a great, unbelievable... Wouldn't you like a chauffeur? Would you love a chauffeur?
Yeah.
They get in your car, you get in the back, you read your newspaper, Mike, you circle which stocks you want.
I'll name him Sanjay.
Yeah, right. And you can name him whatever you want. And then you say, Sanjay, can we go over to... I need to go get me some health food at this new organic fast food place.
That doesn't sound like me, but go ahead.
Well, I'm trying the new Mike. And so it was a great driver. It always they would tell you, yes, we'll be there in 14 minutes and 3 seconds. I will keep you updated on your route. Oh, there's a traffic jam 6 blocks ahead. I'm going to steer around it because Mr. Carswell, you were too important to be stuck in traffic.
But of course.
That'd be awesome, right?
Sort of.
This is what you're going to get. You're just not going to have somebody to, flick gum at in the front seat.
I don't know. You're going to have a tough time convincing me, pal.
Man, you're going to be the first one. You're gonna be up there, yeah.
Well, actually, he's going to walk the dog for me, too, and feed the dog and all that kind of stuff. And
or the kid down the street.
Feed the kid down the street,
no,
or the kid down the street can feed the dog? Oh, okay, I got you now. We've done a lot of dog walkers in my neighborhood. Hey, anybody want to walk our dog? Let us know. We do a good job.
I actually was at a basketball game, kids' basketball game, and one of the other parents, the kids came and sat next to us, and he was running sound for this New Promise youth basketball league for Upward.
Sure.
And Kinsey, my daughter, brought in some food, and we started eating it. And I said, "Hey, do you want some food?" So we gave him all this food, and then I was like, "Oh, wait, are you allowed to have this? Are you allergic to anything?" This is after I gave him, and I'm like, maybe I should have talked with his parents. So, so don't feed kids unless you're sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll write that down.
So anyway, that's NVIDIA, okay?
Yes, sir.
So artificial intelligence, autonomous driving, NVIDIA is all about that. A big, big, big play.
But there were other things at that show. I mean, I know you guys, if you haven't caught on, Sanjay's got this really affinity here for automated driving and for what's the the Internet of Things, where your coffee cup fills itself and that kind of stuff. But there were other things at the show too, right? The other subjects, or did you pay attention to any of those or not?
Yep. Well, I didn't go, but I did pay attention to the other call-outs from that show. And one of them is, the theme is robots are here. Robots are everywhere, right? And they're back.
Not just the robots from the Jackson 5 song Dancing Machine. And
robots, Mike, are so cute now.
Oh.
So this is a sea change in how we view robots. So, you look at Jetsons and you had Irona, right?
Yeah.
Or wait, whatever.
No, Rosie.
Rosie. You had Richie Rich with Irona.
Okay.
Remember
I don't remember Richie Rich's.
So they were like metal and boxy and everything. Now you got cute little things like they're called Pepper, which is like a traditional bot that is all white and fluffy, kind of like
dog's name.
Big Hero 6. Curie, which is a teeny little one that roams around and has cameras to detect your emotions. Somebody else, I think Toyota developed it, where it sits in your car. It's a companion. It talks to you and talks back. And if you look stressed, it'll ask you if everything's okay. If you're driving fast, it'll say, "Hey, I'm a little nervous." It's kind of like you should put it in the back seat. But these little bots are cute, and they're companions. And so we're seeing a big push towards.
And they're all for safety. Is that
they're companions?
Companions. Okay, companions. So we can't get along with each other. So we can't figure out how. So we got to buy a friend.
This little thing, if you take it with you, and you go to Walmart, and you walk a certain path, and then 2 years later you walk that path, it'll say, "Hey, I think we were here before," even though it really knows you were there before.
And you know what? Next thing you know, you'll be marrying these things.
I promise you that will happen. Not me, but that will be
Somebody's
a market.
definitely going to be marrying a robot here soon. I know a guy married a duck out in Utah several years ago. So marrying a robot's not something, not too far-fetched.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
So really, my wife has an issue with her health, and if I married a duck, that would mean that I have to take the duck to a quack. That was lame. Okay, so other things.
As a reach.
Natural language dialogue. We talk about Alexa. This is huge.
I know it is,
huge,
and it's a little spooky already.
Huge.
There's been some problems with Alexa.
So
I told you.
Oh, there's no problems, and I will talk about that.
I told you.
It's the parents trying to get publicity, in my view, and they didn't set up. They took away a password. I have it by default. My kids cannot order anything without using that password.
So tell people first, what is Alexa? What is we had a show on this too.
Yeah, so Alexa's basically like a little speaker. It's connected to the internet and your Amazon Prime account, your content, your library, your shopping cart, and it allows you to use
Visa,
natural
your
language.
MasterCard, your American Express.
Yeah, natural language dialogue to say, "Alexa, can you please?" It's funny. Anybody who has the radio station on now, and they have an Alexa, Alexa, please play Tech Talk 2020 on TuneIn Radio.
1 minute.
Now all of their Alexa devices are going to play this in simulcast.
Okay,
probably
good,
a couple
good,
seconds
good.
later. Kind of interesting. So it listens to you, and it acts upon your voice. You don't have to look at a computer screen, even though I love doing that. You just talk. It's natural, so it's a dialogue piece. Big. So GE and other companies, big companies, appliance companies are integrating Alexa with their appliances. So, for example, I might say, "Alexa, what's the temperature of my fridge?" or "turn it down."
Sure.
Or "Alexa, with my Nest thermostat, turn up the heat," or "turn it down."
Huh.
Amazing stuff. So that integration with Alexa is huge. And what this means is the Smart Hub is gone. This is all about natural language and Alexa.
Well, we'll elaborate a little bit more on the CES as well as Alexa. Excuse me, after the break here on WINT Radio, 1330 AM and 101.5 FM. We'll talk to you guys right after the break.
Freedom isn't free. It comes at a price which is and has been paid for by our military and their families. The flag doesn't wave because the wind blows it, but because of the last breath of every soldier who died defending it. You should thank a veteran.
Average sports fan ponders his evening.
Wow, tonight is a big night for sports on TV, but small choices in my fridge. What about Players Club at Lost Nation Sports Park? The Players Club has big energy, but small cozy atmosphere. Big TVs, small drive. Big happy hour, small prices. Big parking lot, small hassle. Awesome burgers, big salad, lots of appetizers. Okay, that's it. I'm going tonight.
The Players Club at Lost Nation Sports Park. Yeah, it's a big deal. Small wonder.
I'm Robin Trzynski from the Original Mattress Factory. If you're in the market for a new mattress, this is your wake-up call. Have you noticed something strange is happening? Suddenly, there are as many mattress stores as there are coffee shops. Why? What's really going on? Are they competitors or something else? Every holiday, a different sale. Every day, a different price. Do you think it is their intention to confuse us? My father Ron told me, trust your gut. It knows what your head hasn't figured out yet. At the Original Mattress Factory, we have never had a sale. Why? Well, let's just say the usual mattress sales don't fit our values. Our formula is comfort, support, and durability at a fair price. How? Your original mattress is designed here, made here, and only
30 seconds.
Looking for an honest price on a hand-built mattress? No reason to wait for a holiday to shop. Today works for us too. The Original Mattress Factory. Thoughtfully made, honestly priced. OriginalMattress.com.
Wake up!
15 seconds standby.
Up show with Steve and Linda when their guests will be Surgeon-in-Chief at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, Scott Adzik, Immigration Attorney Kim Alabasi, plus the Assistant Managing Editor of the News Herald, Mark Mazzoros, on Integrity Radio, WINT.
Welcome back to Tech Talk 2020 with Sanjay Parker. I have never been to Bangkok. Have you, Mike?
I'm not telling.
Well, thanks. Today we're talking about the Consumer Expo show in Vegas that was held just last week, and what actually is happening this week. Sorry, time flies.
We do have a mutual friend that went, and I know I'm going to see him on Friday.
Yep.
So I know you're going to talk to
That's
Tim
right.
this week
That's
and find out what he was blown away by, because he's a gadget man.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome. Great show to go to see all the consumer products that are coming out ahead of time before they're released, and innovation everywhere from a consumer perspective.
Let me throw something at you real quick, and maybe this will be for a future show. The best trade show I've ever been to in my life was in McCormick Place. And McCormick Place is the largest convention center in the world, and it's in Chicago. And I got to go 2 times because of the industry I was in. I was in manufacturing, and we supplied the food industry. So I told people,
samples?
Unbelievable. In McCormick Place, the first week of May, I think it's called the NRA show. And I know it's not guns. It's the National Restaurant Association.
Oh, wow.
My friend, let me tell you that I have never eaten better in a 3 to 5 hour period in my life. The samples were phenomenal. So we need to figure out a way to go to that.
Yes, how do we go to that?
Man.
We're going to do food technology, right?
I will tell you real quick on the food technology. We can get back to Vegas real quick. Pizza is one of the things that we buy that the prices have gone down significantly over the years, and you can blame that on technology because what used to take 20 minutes to bake a pizza, there are places now that can bake a pizza in 4 minutes.
Well, actually, I just read today in Scene Magazine, there's a microbrew opening up in downtown Cleveland right across from, I think it's around East 20-something, a warehouse, and it's called Masthead Brewery. And one of the guys said, we have a machine that can sling a pie, which means bring out a pizza in 90 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah, made in the USA, that machine.
Sweet. So we're going to talk about food one of these days here. And I am a little bit hungry, so we better stop it now. So
let's go back to Consumer Expo show. And, we talked about some of the themes, NVIDIA with artificial intelligence, autonomous driving. Robots are coming back, but they're much cuter this time. Talked about natural language dialogue and Alexa talking to your compute system in your house, getting it to do things for you. A couple other things that happened that are kind of interesting or that we really saw. There was a push a couple of years ago to have 3D TVs. Right, you put on these, first you had these, they were called active 3D glasses where they had to have batteries, you turned them on, and then you watch some 3D content.
Oh, I missed that one.
Yeah.
I just remember the stuff from Disney World where you'd...
right, and then the TVs were able to do passive. Yeah. So you just put on the regular glasses without any kind of thing, and it looks 3D. So I'll be honest, I've tried it. I've upscaled stuff with our TV, and it's cool, but it's not immersive, so it just didn't take off. So now manufacturers are abandoning 3D TVs in general, right? It's not a feature.
I honestly can't say I've seen much of it.
Yeah, it's not being innovated on. And what they're focused on now is, the OLED market, right? Organic light-emitting diode, right? And so this is the ability to give you a paper-thin screen, basically, and bring down the form factor, or at least the depth of these TVs. So the LG W7 is so thin. I mean, you basically stick it on a wall, and it's amazing. I mean, you almost, it looks like a thin painting on the wall.
They did cover that on Engadget. They talked about that.
What did they say about it?
Well, they were mentioning that it was, they thought it was innovative, but it's still a TV. That was the one thing that stuck with me with their article. Is basically it's still a TV. So it's
called recombinant innovation. I mean, you take what you have and then you keep refining it. I mean, there's not a brand new. They were probably disappointed there wasn't something that nobody ever thought of before.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I think that's what those shows, they look for, stuff that people haven't had before, like a real good hot dog or a 4-minute pizza. Oh, we're back to food again.
You are hungry. So another thing was. We talked about the picture quality, the Sony Bravia XBR A1E. Sony,
I can't remember all
Sony
that.
Marketing, come up with some better names.
I can't remember all that.
How did they sell this stuff? Anyway, it's Bravia XBR-A1E. And this TV's picture is supposed to be jaw-dropping. And it comes in like the standard sizes you'll get today, 55, 65, 75-inch TVs. This thing is supposed to be jaw-dropping. And it's got a new little gimmick. I don't know if Engadget talked about this, but it has something called an acoustic surface.
Okay. I can think of an acoustic guitar. And,
Right.
Yeah, that's, I don't know where your head, man.
Similar, because you're using the body of the guitar as the resonance chamber to create sound.
Got you.
While the body of the TV becomes that resonance chamber, and there's no speaker.
But that's not a paper-thin TV because that would have no place to resonate.
It's relatively thin.
So it's like a television with a box behind it that's going to kick out the sound.
No, it's got a subwoofer and everything. It resonates from a surface area perspective. Have you seen those little Bluetooth speakers that are about the size of a little short coffee cup?
Gotcha.
You stick it to a window, and it resonates the window to amplify sound. Really, sound is just about moving air, right? So if you can move air with a large object, you can make sound. So it's kind of that principle. It's just kind of interesting. I'd love to see and hear that. It's actually got a subwoofer and speakers, and you still want to have, if you're going to spend whatever it is, $8,000 on a TV, you probably should put a little budget towards a $300 subwoofer sound system, right?
Not going to happen. How many people out there can afford an $8,000 television? That's, ouch.
Any of you that can, give us a call. We'd be happy to help you allocate those funds.
Not just afford it, but actually get it past their wife.
In the man cave. That's why you have a man cave, and Amazon delivers straight to the man cave.
That's right. You don't come down here, honey. What's going on down here, honey? Nothing.
Well, that old thing, get some sawdust on it. That's been here forever.
Wow.
So the other thing, now this is the coolest thing. So I thought this was interesting.
Okay.
You watch Star Trek, have you?
Not on purpose.
Okay. So, oh boy, sorry.
Not on purpose.
Just offended all of our audience.
I love the geeks.
Yep.
I work out with the geeks all the time. I
Johnny,
live with them.
Jimmy, Sarah, Beth, we are apologetic on behalf of the co-hosts
I just
here.
don't care for Star Trek. I just don't. I Star Wars I can tolerate, but Star Trek, no way. Bro.
Yeah, you and Chewbacca go way back. So anyway, at CES, Star Trek became reality.
Oh boy.
Okay?
Oh boy.
So we're not at the point right now where we can beam our, molecular composition into another place. But
yes,
we can't ask for a cup of Earl Grey hot in our replicators and get it right away, even though 3D printing is getting us close.
in our replicators.
Right.
I don't have a replicator.
You don't watch Star Trek. So, but what is happening is more and more of the Star Trek technology that we used to have. By the way, all of the locators and transponders and data analysis tools on Star Trek. Well, that's your smartphone today. Right?
Aha.
So, it came around and did it. But what they have now is there's a phone called H2, not like the
H2O?
Not like the, or the H2 Hummer, which was a...
Yeah, that was a cool machine.
Yeah, got like 8 miles per gallon, but very cool looking. What it is, it's something that will kind of replicate the Star Trek tricorder.
All right, so you're going to have to break it down to me because, again, I don't have a replicator. I never felt one. I don't know what they look like. However, I'm sure there's folks out there that can replicate wonderfully. Sounds kind of interesting. But so break it down for me, man.
Let me do this. Let me get you the clinical definition here of tricorder. Hold on.
See,
because I think
he's got to go on the internet to help me out here.
Here, that way you're not going to judge my words. In the fictional Star Trek universe.
Yes.
Okay, from the show, a tricorder is a multifunction handheld device used for sensor scanning, data analysis, and recording data.
It's a smartphone.
Sensor scanning, data analysis, and recording data.
Yes.
These are the primary variants of the tricorder. Okay? Now, it's used on the Starfleet, right?
I got my tricorder
Spaceship.
right here.
So check this out. So, this smartphone now it used to be something that was very expensive, like $10,000 or more, a piece of equipment.
Yikes.
That will use infrared light, and which is kind of how the tricorder worked in Star Trek. And it will do everything from telling you how fit you are to a precise body fat measure and analysis to putting it in front of a strawberry, for example, or a mango, and it telling you how sweet that's going to be without touching it. And it'll even tell you the authenticity of medication. So you put some pills in front of you that you might be taking, and you'll scan it, and it'll say this actually. So it tells you the composition of something without deconstructing it. And if you remember the Heisenberg uncertainty principle, which says we can't measure something without altering its course, well, in this case, you kind of can, because now you can measure it without opening it up. And imagine, when you're cooking your chicken or steak out on the grill.
Or hot dogs.
Yeah.
Or pizza.
Or whatever. Well, hot dogs, you might not do this, but when I'm cooking, I'm always cutting into it to look at it to make sure it's cooked all the way through, right? I don't use a temperature thing like the pros do.
Yeah.
I like to see. My lying eyes want to see that this thing is cooked well and nobody's going to get sick. Well, a tricorder, it's kind of looking at that from an outside perspective. You can do an infrared heat sensor, but this tricorder will look at the composition of it and tell you what it is. That is fantastic. That used to be 10 grand. They're bringing it down to a smartphone, and their goal is to bring that kind of technology to everybody at a very low cost.
Here comes the doubter. So anyway, it kind of sounds a little bit like, I respect that innovation. I always wondered and thought how horrible it was with a thermometer. Remember thermometers as a kid? You had to put them in a particular place to get the right temperature, your mouth or a particular place.
What's the difference between an oral? No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, anyway, so now they have the
One doesn't taste
thermometers
so
that
good.
you slam on someone's forehead to get their temperature.
Temporal scanner. Right here.
Yeah.
Actually, you have to swipe.
Do you? And
Yeah.
I always thought, man, what a, I guess that's great technology, but what a wimp, man. We had to hold it under our tongue.
Yeah, under your tongue. And with mercury, you could get mercury poisoning if you bit it.
Oh, I would.
Now we have the digital ones at 5 seconds, and you had to hold it up to the light. I remember that little mercury thing. And then sometimes it would get so old that the mercury bead would break. Do you remember this?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I remember playing with mercury in science class on the table, like little balls.
Wow.
It was cool. It's really beads up. Folks out there who are my age or older, that they used to play with mercury in the science class. It was pretty cool.
So along with technology comes understanding of technology. And so what happened when I was at a hotel 2 years ago, and I told them that the CFL bulb broke, it was broken.
30 seconds.
They evacuated me from that room and
Wow.
moved me immediately. I was just going to throw it away or get a new bulb, get them to get me a new bulb. I had to leave that room because of the mercury.
They didn't send you through a car wash?
No, I should have.
Oh, next week I'll send you through one. Hey, guys, thank you for tuning in to Tech Talk 2020 here on WINT Radio 1330 AM and 101.5 FM. We will look forward to connecting with you next week. In the meantime, hit us up on Twitter, on Facebook, all at Tech Talk 2020. We look forward to connecting with you in a week or so. Again, take care. Awesome. Have a great week.